Hello everyone, good evening and welcome once again to the 7th day of the Advanced Masterclass training. And today we'll be looking into a professional design, business flyer design, like the one you're seeing here on my screen. And I'm still my humble self, Coach Joseph, speaking for the team. And today we'll be looking into how to design exactly something like this. But before that, I want you to observe the excellency of this particular design, how very wonderful, nice it followed the principles of design, the clear definitions, the clear topic, the clear highlights, the clear pictures, quality images, the arrangements, the typography, the call to action, and every single thing here is actually very clear. This is a professional design. Okay, so we'll go into how we can design something like this. I know some of you can't wait. Okay, all right, so the first thing we want to do right now is to go to our default. All right, so this is the default we're going to be using. So the first thing you're going to do is to import the sample flyer. I always tell you, anytime you want to design, always make sure you have the sample flyer with you. It helps you to, serves you very well when you want to design. Gives you easy access to looking into what you want to do. Okay, so without wasting much of our time, I'm going to import the sample flyer that we'll be using for this design. This is it. All right, so yeah, so this is the sample flyer I'll be using. Now after you've imported the sample flyer, the next thing you want to do is to go to the background icon, and from the gallery, as you can see, color, transparent, image size, crop image, and from there click on from gallery. We want to import the background we're using for this particular design, and this is the background. I so much love this background. When I saw it on Pinterest, I downloaded it and I decided to use it for this design, and it is very amazing. So click on it. Yeah, so this is the background. Now as you can see, it may not look exactly the same size as the one we used, but let me confirm and see if it is the same size. Go to image size and check. All right, so this is the same size. This is exactly the size we want. You can as well just change this one to 1280 and change this one to 180000, and as you can see, it is much more higher than the initial one, which is actually the same thing. Okay, so this is what we're going to be using. So after you imported and set your background, which I said, anytime you want to design, make sure you have a reference, make sure there is something pertaining to that design. In this case, we have a tape, a measurement tape that is signified here in the background. Not just the measurement tape alone, we also have another particular image, that's a brochure here that we use to I added to the background just to enhance the background. Okay, so I'm going to import that particular one. So click on import. The resources will be sent to you without wasting time. As soon as you receive upon receiving this video, you'll get the resources you will use. So this is what I'm talking about. Right, so this is an attribute, and it's something related to the to the design we are doing, which has to do with tailoring. So position is somewhere here. As you can see, this design is very simple, very simple and very classic. So position is somewhere here, and then go over to opacity and reduce the opacity in so much that it will still be visible, but in a second glance. Okay, this is very okay. Now this want to leave it this way, then lock it. Yeah, so after you've done this thing like this, next you want to do is to import the images. Okay, so the first images that we'll be importing here on photo room is this particular one. Now when you are importing this image, please and ensure that you change the perspective. As you can see, it's looking in this direction, so I want to change it from looking in this direction to this direction. All right, so click on that place here, and as you can see, this is how it is. Okay, all right, so click on import. So position this somewhere here. All right, let's look at our sample and see if we are getting this done. So I want to enlarge this one just to give us exactly what we have in the original. Okay, so this is what we have in the original. So as you can see, just take this somewhere here the size is okay, but the position is what was wrong. So this is okay. Let's hide our initial sample and click on this one to lock it so that I cannot move it with your finger. Next, you want to do import the second one, and as usual you would want to crop out those photo room parts, and also change the color, change the perspective to this side. So then import it and bring it somewhere here. So let's unhide our sample to see the position it should be. Alright, so I'm gonna hide this one so I can see clearly where this should be. Okay, so we need to enlarge it again. Very nice, this is okay. So keep it somewhere there, hide the sample and unhide this one and lock this one as well. This is what the last one we're going to import is the one of the bright lady that was glittering and shining. Alright, so as you can see, she's already facing the opposite direction, so there is no need for us to change the perspective. So all you're going to do is just go to photo room, you go to eraser, and erase the photo room that is here. Carefully erase the photo room that is here. Alright, carefully. Alright, so this is it. And then bring it somewhere here. We want to look at the sample as well to see if it's giving us what we want. As you can see, we need to reduce the size of the picture. This is still not okay. Alright, okay, it's taking much time, but just carefully make sure this is well aligned and well inputted and where it should be. Okay, alright, I think we'll leave it this way. So go ahead and lock the sample and hide it, and then unhide the rest of your designs and lock this one as well. So this is the first 3 things you're going to do for me when you come to this particular design. And then after that, click on stickers. Want to use this particular sticker here to do something, so click on it and copy it and merge them together. So as you merge them together, come over, keep it somewhere here and give it a red color. Give it a red color and keep it somewhere here. Copy it again, copy this one again, and drag it to the heart of the chest of this lady and put it here, and reduce the opacity of the second one. Reduce the opacity this way. This is okay. And then copy this one, you just reduce the opacity, copy it and place it below the lady. Okay, so send it to back. So now go over here and bring it to be just below the lady, so it won't be somewhere here. So this is okay. As you can see, this is where it is. Just put it at the head somewhere like this and lock all of them, lock them together. Okay, now after you're done locking it, the next thing you want to do, right now there is the letter I use for this particular design. As you can see, the nature unisex control, that nature unisex, I don't have that particular font on my phone, so I went to font generator where I generated the type of font I use. The same thing with the control, I don't have that font, so I'm going to import those fonts I already generated. Okay, so don't panic, you can just go to online and Google for any font generator and it will give you exactly the font you're looking for. So I'm going to pause this video and import the font and I'll get back to you. Alright guys, so as you can see, I've already imported the stuff here, the nature unisex font that I generated from okay, so this is it, the culture and the nature unisex stuff here that I generated from font generator online. So like I said, you don't need to panic, it's very simple. Just go to a font generator and type any font you want and it will give it to you with the text you input. Okay, as you can see, this design is already done. The design is very professional and very simple. without wasting more. All you need is just the creative idea. As long as you've gotten your elements, you've gotten the resources you need, then you are good to go. Notice the background. I've already gotten a background that gives me a golden color here that I love so much. All I need to do, I just need to add a touch of red to make it exhibit an energy, and then I blended this thing inside the background in order to ensure a reflection of what is the picture to the topic. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just to import the images. That's just very simple. The design is already done. And like I taught you, just simply add a little white background here and write anything you want to write. So this is a very simple, unique background, okay? And the design is simple as well. So without wasting much of the time, I'm going to log this. Right, I'm going to log them. The next thing I want to do after you've done this, I want to shift this in a very nice position to give it space. All right, to avoid clashing. Yeah, so next thing you want to do after you've done this is to start importing. Okay, let me click on shape. The first type of shape we have there in our sample is the circular one. So this is where we're going to give the pictures we are going to use as texture. So this is what we have here. So copy it, 1 2 3. So we have 4 of it according to our sample. We have 4 of this in our sample, 4 of it in our sample. I wouldn't want this video to take longer, so that it won't consume much of the end, because tomorrow being the 8th day, we have a lot to talk about on website development, which is much more complex than graphic design. Okay, all right, this is what we have here. Now after you've done this, next thing we want to do is to click on shape. We also need a square shape, okay, a square shape where we import the rest of our design. First of all, let's put this here and see the exact shape is okay. Copy it again, 1 2. We have 3 of it from our sample. We have 3 of it that was placed exactly in this position. So place this one somewhere here. Use this position button to position it well. Take it up. Then click on this one to use the position button to make sure it is well placed and well arranged. Okay, this is already 12 minutes so far, right? To the first one as well. Make sure they are well positioned and well aligned. Isn't that amazing? So I'm going to just drag this one down a bit. It is still higher than the rest of them. Wow, this is nice. Then I want to move the rest of this one together. Okay, so I'm going to just click on them, 1 2 3 4, like I taught you in the other video. I want to move them together to fit into the rest of these ones. Also drag them a bit down. So this is nice for me. Then I want to adjust this one. Same thing with this one. Just make sure that your design is very clean and neat. So this is what we have here. So this is exactly what we did in the other one you saw. Very simple and unique. Now I wouldn't want to waste much of the time, so I'm going to do everything together. So I'm going to click on shape again. First of all, please ensure you lock the one you've done before. Click on shape, go to color, select this color. This color is the color from the clothes, from this white cloth you're seeing here. Just click here, go back to this place and select this cloth. Select the color here. That is the color we just selected now. Okay, so bring it somewhere here, enlarge it this way, enlarge it and bring it here. So this is where we're going to write the other stuff you saw that we wrote. Okay, so once you've done that, pin all these things, pin them closely and correctly. Okay, now once you've gotten to this point, next one to do now is to start. As you can see, the last one is not showing clearly, the last one, so it's still having some glitches. This is okay now. So next one I want to do is start adding texture. So I'm going to pause this video and add texture to all of these ones you are seeing here. All right, and I'll get back to you guys. Okay guys, so as you can see, I've added the texture of those 3 ones. The 3 ones are the ground, the 3 square. I've added the texture, so I'm going to pause this video as well and add the texture to the other 3 circles, and I'll get back to you. Okay guys, so as you can see, I've added texture to all of them. Now next thing I want to do now is to go over to shape, click on shape and click on circle. Use the same color like this same color that we use in the other one, we use for the down background, and go over to opacity and reduce the opacity so much, that it's still visible but not too visible. Okay, something like this is okay. Then put it somewhere here, ensure it encloses the entire circle here. Okay, all these things is just creative idea. Okay guys, so once you've copied it, use it and place them on top of the remaining 3 circles. Okay, once you've done that, just merge the 3 circles together. 1 2 3 4 of them, merge them together. Right, after you merge them together, send it to back. Let it be at the back of the images. Okay, to back. So as you can see, this is how it's looking already. So this is very nice. The reason for this is just to give it a nice background, the circles a nice background. So this is how most people design their stores, giving their design to be very unique. Next one to correct is, if you notice here that the gold text that came with the background is still reflecting here. Right, so to correct that, all you need to do is just go over to you can decide to use stickers, you can decide to use colors, but it's all dependent on you. Okay, but I think I'm gonna use shape to avoid wasting much time. But in the initial video, initial one that I created, I used sticker rather. All right, but all would still do the same work. So go over here, click on this one, select it, and put it somewhere here, place it over there, and then come back to this place and reduce the opacity so much that it's going to be like this. Then send it to back like this. I want it to be at the very back. Okay, this is okay. Then reduce the opacity as well. As you can see, it's not giving us what we want. So what we want to do now is go over to color, enable the color for it, click on to add color, click over here and select the color of the background, this color, select the color of this background. Okay, select it and click on OK, and go over to opacity, increase the opacity the more. As you can see, it's gone. Yeah, that's the magic with the PixelLab. As you can see, it's gone. Okay, so after you've done that, the next thing, just spin it wherever it is, spin it. The next thing that is left for us to do here in this design is very simple, and I'm going to leave it for you to accomplish it, because I know you are amazing designers. Okay, as you can see from here, the next thing that is left for us to do is to add the phone number and the always at your service. The phone number and the always at the service. So I'm going to pause this video once more, and I'm going to add all these things, and I'll get back to you. Now I want to assure you something. The remaining stuff here, apart from the phone number and always at your service, is the unique fashion brand that makes your design, that makes you shine brighter, and our services that is here. Now I already know that most of you know how to add this thing that you see here that looks like a box is actually a square. It's a rectangular square that the opacity was reduced to 0, and then the stroke was enabled and it was reduced to that size. That is what you are seeing that place. Okay, it's nothing difficult. Then this other one you're seeing, where the background for native wears, office wears, ready to wear, senators, casual wears, this background is something very simple. It's just from a square, and the radius should just add the radius to be 3, and then use the color of the clothes here. Use the color of this senator and add to this one here. Okay, then reduce the opacity. As you can see, this statue here is visible through this background because the opacity of this background was reduced. So when you add the rectangle, the square rather, and add the color of this particular senator, reduce the opacity so that whatever that is beyond it can be below it can be visible. After that, add your text. And then after you've added your text, just add the be here where you see it. It's very simple. The design is done. Okay, the next thing that is left to do for you is also import this tape, this meter root tape here. the one here and the one here up here, just import both of them and add, and your professional design is as simple. Look at what is the difference between what is here. You can barely notice the difference, barely, because this is a unique design. And now as for what is here, as for this one up here, the lady with a hat, is just an image that I downloaded and it was reduced to added, and I added it there just to have a unique texture to it. Okay, I will send you that element, and I'm hoping to see you do something marvelous. So I'm not going to finish this design because I believe that we are all pros. I'm raising giants here, and I believe that by now, just by importing the sample, you can be able to complete this design. The reason for this is so that the MB of this video will be limited, so that you don't have to stress over downloading larger amount of videos. Okay, so that is it all for. I hope you'll be able to design something like this, very unique and simple. I know that after watching this video, some of you have a question like, how do you generate the text we use for nature, unisex, and the culture? I think I will have to give a voice note on that to explain better and give you a link on where you can go and generate something like that. Okay, so this is all we have to do for tonight, and I'm hoping that you can be able to use this pattern. All right, apart from you regretting what I've done and doing exactly what I've done, I expect you to observe the pattern on how I did this. First of all, I imported a unique background. Second of all, I imported a related image to the text, to the topic or theme. Third of all, I had to import a high classic images. Then lastly, I had to organize the images in a way that they were able to fit into the flyer. I set my flyer background, the size of the flyer, in a way that it gives me what I want. All right, and then it contains, and the entire design gives a very professional look for a business brand. Okay, so this is the things you need to observe while designing, while watching this video, and I hope that after watching this video you can be able to do more for yourself. All right, so that is all for today, and as usual, please go back to the comment section on the assignment group and let me know what you think about this professional design, and I hope to see you tomorrow where we will have to treat website design proper. Have a nice day.